Set away.
For those of you down below on the bow of the boat, once we start backing out of the slip, it's quite possible the captain will sound a whistle, and if he does, it's loud. Spring line is clear. There a receptacle for your cigarette butts, and we ask that you make sure that those cigarette butts do not go overboard. In fact, today we want to do our very best to make sure nothing goes overboard. Along those lines, I think our mate informed you that it might be a little bumpy out there. If you're at all, this is very well once you're already feeling not so great. So we can give you a motion sickness medication down in the galley, just an over-the-counter Dramamine and the like, and the best thing to do would be to take it earlier rather than later. In terms of safety things, we also want to make sure that as you move about the boat today, you really watch your step. Boats have a lot of things you can stub your toe on. Feel a little bit of motion out there. You always want to make sure you have one hand free or hand ready or back so walking around with toe running and one hand by hand reeling. Those are the three. All right. So here we are, leaving from Provincetown Harbor. How many of you have been on how many of you have been on a whale watch before? Few hands. How many never? Okay, cool. The majority have never on the top deck here. Whale watching on Cape Cod is a pretty amazing and unique experience. Up into the Bay of Fundy. And the Gulf of Maine is a very, very rich, productive ecosystem. Cold water, lots and lots of biomass, lots of important fisheries, lots of productivity in the Gulf of Maine. And then we're also at the northern end here of the influence of the Gulf Stream on the north coast of North America. Two different paths. In the waters of the world today, there are two basic types of whale. The first type, and the most numerous in terms of both the most northern point on Cape Cod, and when we pass Grace Point, for some of you, this might be the first time you're seeing an endangered species in the wild. Look at these shearwaters on our right. Very cool. We'll talk about birds later. So you can see when this whale to the left that it had two blowholes on the top of its head. Baleen whales have two. And you can see just to our left, parallel with both the...
Here it comes.
To our left, that's the smaller of the two. There's the two humpbacks. The smaller one has a smoother dorsal. You'll see it right under the water there at our 9 o'clock. Coming up. Smaller dorsal fin and the bigger one has a little white scar just behind the dorsal fin.
Mile out, his whole body came out. That splash? Yeah, man. I'm the only one to cut it. Oh, yeah.
They're jumping out to the left.
Or should I say, 9 o'clock?
I've noticed they're not moving very far. They're kind of hanging out in the same spot and then keep popping back up. It's a pretty good indication that they're diving down, getting a mouthful of fish, and then coming back up. Oh, nice look there on the right.
Get it, Cal?
Two whales just under the surface there. The closer one is just caught breathing for some reason. Sorry. Coming up now, you can see the spots on the dorsal. On that dorsal fin. That might be even as well as males. The males tend to have a lot more scrapes and scars on their dorsal fin. When they're down in the Caribbean, the humpbacks are different fish than else. That was a little bit of a terror vessel.
It's a spy hawk.
That's our first pair. The crazy rise. Hear the bowl working at that whale that just came up underneath that boiled water to support bubbles coming out of it. There's a lot of little things. Keep your eyes open. Oh, that was all about very cool. All right. 1 o'clock. Off to the right, breathing hard. And our second pair is at 1 o'clock. All these fellows coming again to the figure it out. So pretty much there's not a bad place to be. Right side of the boat, you got a lot of blubber over there. They know something. That is the open mouth of a humpback whale. This is the pair that's been feeding. They have a really, really flat top to their heads. And then that wedge shape coming down as their baleen hanging down. The baleen at the very front of their mouths is pretty short. It gets longer as it goes back. So when you see that open mouth, you know that in the lower jaw, that lower jaw is just holding a lot of water. Again, 15,000 gallons. All right, so
There's one.
Very cool. Oh, yeah. Open mouth with a humpback whale. Being very obliged, you can see the baleen hanging down, you can see the lower jaw, the mouth clamping down in, and the baleen just kind of fits right into the lower jaw. Wow, really nice. And those bumps are the bumps on the top of the whale's head, called tubercles. And all this light green water we're seeing is a bit of it is from the whale's body just kind of rising to the surface and roiling things around, but we also did see bubbles rising to the surface. Rising to the surface, and there's the open mouth. Wow, that whale has a really big gap in its baleen, the whale on the left. Interesting. Hopefully we'll get another look at that. If you're looking at the top of the whale's head, on the other one, the flukes, closest to us. So you can see those bubbles rising to the surface right before the whales themselves surfaced. Nice circle of bubbles in the water. Second whale, come out. Bubbles. Look at the size that is. Really?
No way.
All right. If you've never been in a whale house before, See the bubbles coming up. The circle is tightening. The whales are moving. of our original pair. I recognize that little freckle on the dorsal. Alright, these guys are going to continue to feed like this indefinitely.
I got a nice frame. I should have got a pair of those. I should have pulled them off. You come out quite happy. I'm gonna say it's been more fun being like. Let's look at this one.
Very, very fun. It's a real
We have to stay up here. Tired.
spring line is on.
Hi. Thank you.